Me and Francesca started in 1992 with my former wife, Francesca. My two partners, Terry Alexander and Michael Noon, who are restaurateurs on their own right, started this restaurant together on a whim. And we drove by one day, met each other, didn't know our last names, and we started the restaurant. Me and Francesca's going on. I mean, it's packed. We cram them in here at small, tight quarters. You might meet the people next to your table. You might end up sharing some wine, have them sharing their appetizers with them. That's what we're all about. Well, this is the original. It's my baby. It's my partner's baby. This is where it started. This is where my heart is. My love is here. In my 20s, every chef dreams of owning a restaurant. This is it for me. We have opened 18 other locations around the Chicagoland area. Very proud of those, but this is still the baby of the corporation. I never dreamed. I'm a carpenter's son. My mom was a waitress. I worked in the restaurants with her. It just evolved into this company that we just love to give great food and make people happy.
Busy night tonight.
So, Kristen, you said that Mia Francesca is your go-to spot for Italian food. Tell us why you chose it.
It is. When thinking of a restaurant somewhere that I would eat at every day if I had to, and, price point is good, atmosphere is great, it's definitely Mia Francesca. They have fabulous appetizers to entrees to desserts, and I never leave there disappointed. I'm happy every time we go to eat there.
Now, is this the sort of place you go to when you don't want to cook and you just, don't have time to mess around and you just want something good?
Absolutely. I mean, it's the time to go there when you don't want to cook. It's the time to go there when you have guests in town. It's the time to go there when you want to celebrate an event. So really, I can't think of any reasons why not to go to Mia Francesca.
Well, Carl, did you find a reason why not to go there?
I like the food in general, although I would say there's one contrast between that and avenues other than price, which is the tables are not spaciously spaced far apart. They're very close together, and it's rather hard to have a conversation while you're there. Although, if you're leaning in, that's pretty good. The most difficult thing was it's laid out in a very long way where you've got a fairly long bar and you've got tables to one side and booths. And the kitchen is right in the back, right before you get to the bathrooms. And so to get to the bathroom is kind of like running a gauntlet past the kitchen where there's 500 servers going back and forth. And when we had one of our party go to the bathroom, and then when she was coming back as we were paying her check, she couldn't get back to our table, so we eventually were going, okay, go over there and we'll cut back through her eventually and we'll meet up on our way to the door.
Yeah, it's sort of that hustle and bustle where you're kind of close together. Is that sort of the feel of a trattoria? Isn't that kind of what you want?
Absolutely, although there's hustle and bustle, and then there's the sardine aspect to it. Generally, I like to have a little bit more elbow room, but that aside, we did enjoy our meal there. It was just a little hard to hear and move around.
Well, Keith, what do you think?
Well, I thought it was lively and fun. I liked the crowd. Everybody was in really good spirits, and it just had a very, very positive, the whole kind of aspect to it that was very enjoyable. It was really crowded, and I thought they did a fantastic job taking the orders, getting the food out. Our waiter was very skilled, and it really, I thought they pulled it off flawlessly.
What did you order?
I had carpaccio with artichoke.
So
really, really good.
Yeah.
And we had gnocchi, which were fabulous.
Gnocchi,
very tasty.
That's what I had as well. Yeah. Very fresh.
And we also had pork chops, which were very tasty.
So, Kristen, what are some of your go-to dishes there?
Definitely the carpaccio. I'm glad that you tried it. You tried it too?
I did not. We had spinach and lentils.
All right, next time, go for the carpaccio. It's amazing. So, yeah, always the carpaccio. I'm going to say it wrong. The bruschetta is very, very good. I usually go with a pasta dish because they're always changing. It's always fresh. They change the menu every 2 weeks. So I had the frutti del mar, which was like the seafood pasta, so it had kind of a spicy tomato sauce, but huge scallops and huge shrimp and calamari, mussels, clams, delicious.
So your husband's actually Italian. I'm curious to know, the first time you took him there, what did he think?
He loved it. So this is part of the reason why I got my husband to Chicago. We dated long distance for 2 years, and he lived in San Francisco. So on his first visit out to Chicago, I actually took him to Mia Francesca, and he loved it. So maybe that had a little something to do with me snagging him and moving him here to Chicago. He loves it.
Got him through food.
Absolutely.
That's how it always
Isn't that
works,
you get most men, right? Through food.
So, Carl, you had the gnocchi. What else?
We started with the calamari, which was decent. It wasn't fantastic.
I think the calamari was quite good there, actually. I disagree with you.
It just seemed a little heavy and a little fried, too fried for me.
You know, we eat a lot of calamari, and theirs is good. So I think we're wrong about that.
I'm the minority opinion here. But I did like the spinach and lentils quite a bit. And we had a chocolate lava cake for dessert. My wife had pizza with arugula on it, which the arugula was fresh. The pizza was a little dry and brittle as far as the thin crust cheeseless pizzas go. But in general, okay. And the desserts were very, very good. We had the chocolate cake, and what did my wife have? It was kind of an apple pie almost. I can't remember what it's called, but that was very
crostini, crostata thing.
And clearly there's a lot of butter in the crust. It's very good.
So, Carl, obviously you were closer than you would like to have been to your neighbors, but tell us what they were like.
The neighbors were all having a lot of fun.
It was a younger crowd.
Yeah, generally a younger crowd. A lot of people who we were there around 7 o'clock at night, having a nightcap after dinner, fairly well dressed for the most part, but some blue jeans folks. And generally people were just really happy to be there. So it was a very up place to be. The servers of wine were having a busy, busy time there, and were spectacular too. They gave good advice as well.
So, Keith, the night you were there, what was the crowd like?
As Carl said, they were happy to be there. It was a very upbeat, lively crowd, very, very comfortable environment. We had a great time. Just a really easy place to hang out.
All right, Kristen, you pick Mia Francesca. Sum it up for us.
Mia Francesca is a great place to go if you want, a fun environment, a lot of fun conversation, great Italian food, always fresh. The menu's always changing. The appetizers are great. The dessert is great. It's not overly expensive, and you always leave happy and full.
I think it's a lot of fun. It's very alive with great food.
Carl?
Bustling place with fresh pasta. That's an excellent option if you're in the neighborhood.
We can try the calamari and more at Mia Francesca, 3311 North Clark Street, 773-281-3310. They are open for dinner only, Monday through Friday, and lunch and dinner on weekends. Reservations are accepted, and the average tab per person without drinks is $30.